Today was really a range of emotions for me. I didn't really sleep that well last night, and normally you'd attribute that to nervousness, but it was really just out of excitement when I really look back on it. I woke up and I was in anticipation of just getting out there and getting to be around students for the first time from all summer, because I substituted last spring and it was a great opportunity. And so I was just really excited about getting around kids again. One thing that was really cool about getting in there was that because I was so excited, it was so easy, because my coordinating teacher would ask me to do something, I would just immediately jump on it and do it for him. So it was just really cool to just be hands-on in a classroom. In a classroom where I wasn't given plans by someone that I didn't know, but by someone that I trusted, because I trusted him very quickly. The thing about Matt Rizak is that he loved these kids. And it was just so apparent by him greeting them at the door, and even if he didn't get to greet them at the door because he had to run and do something real quick or one thing or the other because it was the first day of school and it was really hectic, he made sure to at least communicate to every single one of those kids that he loved them, and that he cared for them, and that he was there for them for that first day. And I thought his first day activity was great, kind of doing a David Letterman top 10 thing, and it was just about why you need to learn history. And it was just really cool, and it was something that I hadn't thought about, how I was going to approach the question of why do we have to learn this stuff. And I thought he just handled it really well. And so it was just a great day in that sense. And one thing that was really difficult for me actually was just getting to know kids. I would get to know each individual class really well. Like the first period I got in and I got to meet some of the kids and got to maybe talk to them for a little bit before Matt started. But I found when the next group of the kids came in, I was just as nervous as I was with the first group. And my confidence didn't go anywhere. And it makes sense. They're new kids. But I've worked with middle schoolers in the past, and it wasn't that hard. But I guess the difference was there's a new class moving in every 50 minutes or so, and so it was just really kind of difficult sometimes to deal with that. Not difficult, but difficult's not the right word. But I think it was different, and so it's gonna be really cool. I have this 50-minute window in these kids' lives where it's like I can talk to you now. I want to get to know you at this moment. And after that 50 minutes, I've got a new group of kids to come in, and I got to do the same thing. And so I'm really excited about that. And that was one thing that really stuck out to me. It was nerve-wracking, but it was really cool at the same time to see how each classroom was different, and how your teaching has to change to the classroom. And it was really cool to see Matt model that and how he handled the behavior of different classrooms. In some classrooms, he definitely had to make a point to not tell kids to be quiet, but he did the silent, I'm going to wait until you're ready. And some classrooms that responded immediately. Some it took a little while at first, and then they started catching on, and they started realizing when he was going to talk, he was going to talk. And it was really cool to see how he handled these different classrooms. Whereas the first class we had was great. It was early in the morning, so the kids weren't that rowdy, which is something that Matt kind of shared with me, that early in their class, they're usually the less rowdy they are. The first period only had maybe one kid with an IEP, whereas the last class that I had at least had 6, maybe 7 kids with the IEP, which is almost a third of the class, which is kind of crazy to really think about it, particularly if he was in there alone with these kids. And obviously I wasn't that much help today. I was just I was in the back, maybe getting to know kids. If they had a question, I would answer it. I did attendance. I made some copies and did some of this sort of stuff. And it was really cool, and I was really glad that Matt let me do that stuff. And one thing that really just stuck out to me, even through that, was just how much these teachers care for these kids. As I told you already, Matt just did a great job with the kids, and he's already a role model for me. Just this quickly, I just see how much he cares for these kids, and he made it his profession. It's not only his career; it's his career. It's not only just a profession; it's not a job; it's a career, and it's definitely obvious to me that is true for him. But one thing I noticed was just all the teachers in the team. We had a team meeting somewhere near the end of the day, and the social worker for a lot of the kids that are in our team came in and kind of gave us a spiel for a few of the kids, and it was just cool to see the teachers and even me and my fellow observer, I guess is the way to put it, Kristen, who's also from Tech. She's in the science education program. See us all taking notes and like figuring out exactly what we might need to do with these kids, like what might help, what might not help, but just to put ideas down. So it's just really cool to see teachers care about that, because I feel like in the media today, and even in some of the textbooks we read, I feel like a teacher is sometimes conveyed as a dry, emotionless person that is just meant there to feed knowledge, which we know isn't true. But I feel like that stereotype ekes in the back of my head, particularly when I think of even some of the teachers I had in high school who were like that. But it's definitely not the majority. It's just that's the majority of who these media types and these textbook writers and these fiction writers. Example being J.K. Rowling. That's the teacher that sticks with them, which sucks because everyone else is just kind of mediocre. They care for the kids, but it just doesn't transfer through the curriculum. But the ones that they realize are the ones that are hard-nosed. And that was something that I didn't see. Another example was there was a team who has a kid who's severely allergic to a lot of different allergens who were wiping down everything in their classrooms for this one kid. Anything that he would come in contact with. But they weren't doing it, grudgingly, like, I don't want to do this. They were doing it in a way that just was meaningful, and it seemed like it had purpose, and they were joyful in it. And it was just really cool to see that. And so, just going off that, I can't wait to get back into that school on this coming Wednesday, 2 days from now. I just cannot wait. It's going to be phenomenal. And I'm just looking forward to continue those relationships, to continue learning from Matt, and just having conversations with him and realizing what the issues are and things with these kids, and him telling me more about the community and the context of the school, which is what my next blog will be about. So I'm just really excited, and that's really all I have. And just I'm going to put a list on this blog as well, but I thought I'd just spout it out as well. The school that I'm at is at Shawsville Middle School in Shawsville, Virginia. It's part of the Montgomery County Public Schools District. My cooperating teacher is Mr. Matt Rizak. The classes that he teaches is U.S. History, 1877 to the present, and he has one class of English remediation, reading class, essentially, reading and remediation, and he teaches 7th grade. So I'm just really excited about this, and I will see you guys next week.